something extra in that direction.
I'm fairly sure that this will always show up on. Yeah.
Did I break TeamSpeak?
Nope, we're just taking a 5-minute break.
Okay, it was weird. TeamSpeak was just a big white box for a minute.
Oh, then you may have broken TeamSpeak. I don't know about that.
Well, I was hacking your computer.
That's interesting, because I was hacking yours.
Ah, man. See, that's what happened then. We were both trying to steal each other's CPU cycles, and we just got in a black hole of CPU rotation, whatever. Yeah. That's a thing.
I'm sorry if I don't respond as quickly as I normally do. I've been listening to some music louder than I normally do.
I can't listen to music because TeamSpeak takes control of my speakers. So my headphones, nothing else is allowed to use my headphones while TeamSpeak has them. I don't know why, but if I play music, it'll come out the speakers on my computer.
There's probably a way of fixing that. You had to go through playback devices and Windows sounds and shit.
Yeah, there's
Yep,
one
and
where it says let
Hello.
the active window take control of your audio or something.
Yep, and that's turned off.
Hi.
Yeah, then I don't know.
Yeah, that's turned off, and I don't know what the fuck to do to fix it. So I cannot listen to anything else while TeamSpeak is on. Well, I can. It would just... I'm in a house with a bunch of other people, and my music is loud.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
Yeah, we kept playing for like 5.5 minutes while you decided to take a break.
Okay.
No more drones died.
All right.
Still can't believe it. Fucking 5 spirits and not a single damage done to anyone.
My poor drone.
How many times has that thing been beaten to shit?
This is at least the second time. I think it's only 2 for this drone, but there have been like 2 other ones that have been beaten to shit too, so.
Hey, at least last time Vice got shot up to all hell. And then he punched a car.
And then it was him
How
that
does
killed the
Mom
bunny?
feel about him coming in all broken up like that?
Yeah, he was healed. He was pretty much came back with only one wound penalty. So basically, she was more pissed off about his clothes.
She was pissed off that he didn't do his job right, because if he does his job right, he shouldn't get shot.
But Mom, if I get shot, everyone else doesn't get shot.
Isn't that what your friend with the drones is for? Not your friend, but the drones.
I don't pay attention to those things, Ma.
And then she beats you with a newspaper.
She should at least be happy that we moved to a new place that week.
So how is your new place?
Basically, it's a straight up upgrade across the board. It's like middle class.
Well, it should be more space anyway. Maybe you can get away from your mom.
Why would he want to? She's an amazing woman.
That's true. I wasn't thinking.
Twitch unironically thinks that Vice's mom is awesome.
Just so you know it, Vice's mom also thought you were Vice's girlfriend.
Nope.
At least at first.
Nope. She'd want you to date a nice elven woman, you know, someone that would outlive you. But yeah, she didn't actually think.
Yeah, I thought that what she said was that you should be dating someone like Twitch.
Yeah.
But, Mom... I mean, if my mom hates living with me that much, she can go off and live with one of my other siblings somewhere. I don't know where they are. We don't talk.
Yeah, how many brothers and sisters were in your group? I don't know what the politically correct term for the group of kids that occur with orcs.
Litters.
Is it litter? I was not going to use that word. Okay.
He has 5 siblings.
It's one of those words where it's like, is that technically politically correct? I know, like, technically it's the best word to use, but is it politically correct?
Yeah, because I mean, at least currently, if you say who's in your litter, it's kind of one step away from calling the mother, you know, a bitch. So, which in this case, if Coyote met the mother, maybe he would.
Hey, she's a fantastic woman.
She'd probably also punch you straight out of the door.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't. You know, I think Coyote would definitely have some bruising, if not some scars, after that.
wanna know
Yeah,
how-
she's stronger than you. A lot stronger than you.
You wanna know how I got these scars? My mother.
Yeah. I don't know if Coyote would actually say anything to her, but you never know. He did take a point in influence this last time, so maybe he won't be such
Your
a
face when
hippopotamus.
Mama Vice taught him everything he knows about being a martial adept.
Yeah, if Coyote knew that, he probably would keep his darn trap shut.
It's like, shit, why do you think I'm so okay with just leaving her at home all the time?
Even though she's technically disabled.
Yeah, she got epilepsy, can't hold down a job.
Sometimes she has PTSD after the earthquake. Sometimes she punches me. Sometimes she punches me when she has an episode.
Sometimes
You know
she
how it
punches
is.
you when she doesn't.
I'm good to go now.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you heard, Aaron. So, I don't think you caught everything. So, short is screaming spirit in terror and fear and something happening with a couple of spells around it. And that's pretty much the gist of what everyone else knows too.
Alright,
So you're gonna walk, and what and or who is coming with you?
I don't know. I'm of course going to be wearing my the desert gear that I have, the desert suit. primarily. As for, obviously maybe like a backpack or something containing some food, just in case a sudden sandstorm. I mean, how far away is it?
It's about a mile, and it's over some ridges, so you'll actually have to go the full mile. You can't just, do it from a half mile out where you can just barely spot it.
Okay. Other than that, I don't need to take that much. So, as you know, the power is in my mind. As for who might be going with me, Tricera's just gonna say flat out, like, you can go if you want, you can watch over the vehicle if you want. Obviously, Hayes here is a bit slumped over, so someone needs to stay with him. Well, he's projecting as well. There's a free spirit I'm hoping to, for one, so we can actually get some peace of mind. But two, if I can figure out what's causing it such pain, I can potentially attempt to dispel it, and as such, it may feel as if it owes me a boon in return for the service, in addition to it allowing us to rest easier.
I'll
Yeah.
stay here. I like being inside cover.
Yeah, Coyote's staying. He will send the Optic X to keep an eye on things from a distance. I mean, it's going to be quite far away. What's the visibility distance for Enhancement 3 and Magnification, Sean?
You can see it very far away out. That said, you just don't know where it is, and it would be some small thing just a mile out, and you just can't see it from where it is. So I need to get a lot closer to see it.
Right. Well, I'll send the Optic X along, trailing Truthsayer at the very least, just in case something bad happens. Maybe we should know.
How about you, Vice?
Vice has an idea. Why don't we just drive the truck there?
Well, for starters...
Truth.
For
One thing
starters,
do
I don't
have
want
to
to
mention
alarm
is-
the spirit anymore, that it already is. I also don't know exactly what's affecting the spirit.
One thing I do have to mention is Hayes' body.
That as well, it could be more difficult for him to find himself if we move.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go
If he
with you because
This is something Vice would probably know is if Hayes doesn't, he has a time limit. You don't know what the time limit is, but he has a time limit on how far he can go. And if he doesn't get back in that time limit, his body will stay alive, but his spirit will die.
I know the time limit courtesy of my 4 successes on my sensing test on him.
either way, Vice will say he'll go with you because...
Wait, that means I do. How long has he been gone?
I don't know the time limit, but
Okay.
he'll be very close to it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you're able to stay out of your body for magic hours, and after that, poof.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. So it'll only have been like an hour and a half.
Hour and a
or
half,
so,
yeah.
Like
Alright, in that case, Crusader will nod on that and say, you're the best accompaniment for this anyway, Vice. Let's go.
So the walk there will be close to half hour.
Okay.
It's mostly lengthened by the fact that it's not really that easy going because it's over loose sand. But you know where it is. You can see it on the astral, so it's not like you're going to get lost. Heading there won't take much effort. It'll just be walking straight there and coming across a spirit that, well, it's a wounded dog. It's
Right.
like the other one, sort of a ghosty dog. It's nearby a rock with a couple of things carved into it. The runes don't seem to, or what's carved into it, they're sort of runic, but they're nothing you recognize.
Okay.
And they're just simple like X's and things like that. There's just a couple of basic symbols on them.
So, I guess the general workaround here is that this could have been like a quickening site. You know, if someone cast these it's whatever, like, sort of spells on this rock to serve a purpose if someone tripped them or someone triggered them or what have you. Like extended meta magic or some sort of crazy shit like that. Okay, along
And
the
the
way...
only thing
Go
you've
ahead.
got, the only thing you can sense about the spells themselves
Is that their manipulation?
right, 3 manipulation spells, and I think that's it.
Okay. Truesayer is going to warn Vice, like, now this spirit, I'm not exactly sure what its attitudes or proclivities are. I'm not that good with spirits. I like to leave them alone. I am not the sort who wants to bind them to my will, because the result can be they escape, run amok. Far less dangerous. Besides, it can win you some respect points if you get into a tough situation. At least you can hope. In this case, you're the other best person equipped to deal with spirits. Hopefully the Mundies can handle their own. I know there's 3 spells binding or affecting this thing in some way. I'm gonna try to dispel them, basically at random. And if this thing gets hostile, well, you're pretty capable of this.
That's what I'm here for.
And if me dispelling these things, which I'm going to do, will likely trigger the attention of whoever put them there, assuming that person's alive. But hopefully, might be able to get us some favor or boon, or at least be able to shut our eyes.
Yeah, at this range, it's loud.
We're at this point, be able to shut our eyes!
Yeah, you are having to yell over it. It doesn't have lungs or anything like that to worry about, so it can scream as loud as it wants for as long as it wants. And it is very, very, very loud.
Okay. Upon arriving there, since they are physical spells, I suppose what I would attempt to do then is, I guess my character would select just one of the manipulation spells at random, and try to go through the process of dispelling those sustained or quickened spells as detailed on page 185 of the core rulebook.
Yep, go ahead and roll me a 1d3 to start off with.
Okay, I'll do just that. Roll... like to... there, here. 1. Now, the Dispelling Magician the Dispelling Magician makes a counterspelling plus magic opposed test against the spells Force plus Caster's Magic plus Karma spent in the case of Quicken spells. Go ahead and make my counterspelling test against this first spell that I'm targeting here. Which is not nice.
I
Not that
don't
big.
think they're quickened.
Okay,
So it would just be its magic and the
Force.
force of the spell. So you rolled a 1, so that's the first spell.
Yeah, now go ahead and make my... I just wanted to make sure I had all my dice right. Alright. This would be 3 hits. Each hit scored on this test, which of course, obviously the Force plus Caster's Magic needs to be rolled. Okay. That does not reduce that spell's hits at all. I can, of course, try again. I will now have to resist the drain, as if I cast the spell myself, so I need to know drain value.
After, as if cast spells targeting whether it's dispelling succeeds or not. Okay, so it's a force 7.
Okay.
Let me check the drain value. Its drain value is force divided by 2.
Okay. Good to know.
And that
I know. It's 4-7, I know.
yeah, so that's drain value is rounded down, right?
Yeah,
So
it's 3.
it's 3 physical that
Yep.
you have to resist.
3 physical.
Are you okay? I mean, are you okay?
Grimith's reaction is not Truthsayer's reaction in this case. In this case, Truthsayer's reaction is going to his knees in pain.
That's right, going to his knees, sort of like spitting out the little bit of mask there that a desert, blood coming out in response. It's a good thing that desert suit's on, because, suddenly, things just got far more painful here.
Unless you wanted to spend edge on that.
No, that's okay. That was perfectly worthwhile. I wasn't expecting to take all 3 points of physical damage there. Corsair will take many deep breaths there in his knees and say, I wasn't expecting the spell to be that damn powerful! It was cast by a more powerful guy than I am. That's for fucking sure.
Actually, I'll go ahead and tell you, now that you've attempted to do it, the force of the spell is 7, you already know that. The
Yep.
magic you'll be able to tell from how difficult it felt to unravel it. The person's magic who cast it was 4. So whoever cast it, overcast.
Yeah. Someone felt like taking a big risk. Put this damn thing here for whatever fucking reason. I assume the other ones are the same. Alright, I'm gonna try this again, and, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to get rid of all 3 of them.
Are you targeting the same one, or are you switching to a different one?
Let's see here. Sure. Can I make a sensing test on the individual spells themselves?
For this, your sensing test counted for all of it.
Okay.
It was a do or die sort of thing.
Do or die. I've chosen the latter, shot. Alright.
I'll go ahead, if you want to, I'll let you go ahead and spend edge on that sensing test after the fact. Like, you can do the normal edge afterwards if you want to, but that's it.
Alright, maybe not that first spell. Maybe the other ones aren't as powerful.
The second one or the third one?
I'll try the second one here. Go ahead and make my my counterspelling roll. Considering the weakness involved, I will actually use a point of edge to stack on my edge dice, as well as a rule of 6 for this counterspell. In which case you've got 4 hits there, which means that the spell's hits are reduced by 4. And if it's reduced to 0, it immediately ends.
Okay. You'll feel you're limited by what's your cap on your max successes you can get, the force of the spell, right?
I don't see a cap there.
No, when you're normally rolling.
When you're normally capping, the amount of successes you can get is equal to the force of the spell. Yes, unless you've used a point of edge.
For this, I'm gonna go ahead and say, you can feel that it's for 6. This one's a little bit weaker, and you'll definitely be able to tell that once you start pulling it down, that it was max successes. It's got 2 more successes left on it before you dissipate it.
Okay, what's the drain value for this? Is it force divided by 2 still?
Yes, this one is also force divided by 2.
Alright, I'm still resisting 3. It's still physical damage for me. Alright, no physical damage. In case, now that... Go ahead.
And are you going to go ahead and do you target the same one or move on to the third one?
I'm going to target the second one, still. The one that, I just weakened there a bit. Not going to spend a point of edge this time. I do want to keep that, by the way, I need to actually deduct that. Go ahead and target it again. It's only going to be 2 hits. Alright, let me go ahead and make my... Go ahead and take another point of physical damage. Still the -1 threshold. My eye's only twitching a little bit more. It's okay, everyone. A trained professional. Thing's rolling more dice than me.
Psst, does Vice have a med kit? He might want to start going for one.
Can't use it on me. I'm taking this damage like I cast the spell. This is drain damage.
That's true. He'd still want a med kit in case you go unconscious. He can still actually stabilize you with it.
Vice does have a med kit. It is rating 6.
He just can't heal you with it. Fairly sure. Yeah, you can stabilize us. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense.
All right, I'll actually go ahead and attempt the same roll again on that same spell. Fucking stonewalling me. All right, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. Motherfucker. Stop that. What does that mean?
I'll go ahead and do something interesting with this one. You can't go ahead and try to dispel it again.
Okay.
At least not right away. You essentially, the way you feel it is you're trying to pull it apart. You're sort of reaching out astrally with your mind and pulling at it, and you tangled it up. It's all tangled mess now.
Well, piss. At least I made that weaker. I'm gonna try another one of the spells. Stop looking at me like that. And with that, I will, Trueslayer will attempt to counterspell, or at least dispel the third sustained spell, the other one he hasn't tried. Will be, basically just 2 hits, flat out. What does that mean?
Well, first, the drain resistance of that is force divided by 2 plus 2.
Okay.
It's a force 2 spell.
Okay. That's...
I'll go ahead and reduce the drain value of that 2. So you're just reducing 1 drain.
Okay. Alright. And Tristar will exclaim, "Ah, figures! This one's easier! Motherfucker! Alright." Go ahead and, make another attempt at it. Woo! 2 hits! Spring break! Son of a bitch. Alright. Try it again. God damn it, I have macros. Alright, that reduces its hits by 1. Woo!
Yeah, it got 2 hits.
Yep. Yeah, it reduces its hits by 1. It's total spell hits that were used whenever it casts a spell. And that resists
so
damage.
It'll have 1 left. And
I'll go ahead and counterspell on it again. Oh, well, there we go. There's 4 hits. Where have you been all my life? Rolling simulator. Can you imagine doing this at a real life table? This would be great. Alright, let's try again. Fucking GM! Where the hell were those 7 hits when I needed them?
I think that Shadowrun is the tabletop game that popularly uses an entire brick of d6s.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Alright.
It would...
There we go.
There you go.
For fuck's sake. Alright, that's 1 point of stun damage.
So from Vice's perspective, probably took like 10 seconds or so of Truthsayer sort of looking at the rock and touching it and just sort of clawing at it, and then you see sort of the blood cells in his eyes start bursting, and then veins throbbing in his face, and then you're like, are you taking like are you taking like drain? And he's like, no, just pissed off.
Now that I broke the spell, do I actually know what it was that I broke? That is beyond a manipulation spell? Okay.
Still don't actually know what it is, but you will know, and Vice will know this too, that the thing's no longer really in pain. It stopped screaming and is now just on the ground whimpering.
Well, I think I did something. Jordan's been quiet all this time. I imagine Vice is just like staring stupidly.
He doesn't know what you're doing. If you fall over dead, he'll know what to do. But to this point, it's just like, is this thing going to attack me? No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How much does Vice actually know about magic stuff?
Probably not much more than Twitch or Coyote does. He knows a few more things just because, well, Vice was born in what was Vice's backstory? You were born in LA, right?
Yes.
So, assuming you probably would have gotten, because PCC is Nan Nation and Nans are fairly liberal nations, so there probably would have been some kind of public schooling at some point. So you'd know a little bit about it. You'd know like especially if you awakened, you were still in school when you awakened, you'd know a couple of things about drain and things like that, and some basic things about spirits and just general stuff that like, hey, don't fuck with magic, it's really, really dangerous sort of stuff. And a few of the facts would be cleared up just because you'd have a little more of a connection to them. But in terms of actual straight up knowledge about anything, it's still mostly from without any knowledge rolls in it. It's still mostly the same thing Coyote and Twitch does. It's from TV.
Then that still makes my joke work. Vice barely knows what he's doing, let alone what Truthsayer's doing.
Anyway, Truthsayer will just sort of slump over a bit. If you can hail down that damn drone Coyote sent after us, I need a blow.
All right,
Vice.
just to
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the signal limit on that drone is about 0.6 miles, and Sean said it was a mile out. So the drone might be able to see you, and you can flag it down, but it can't get to you.
Actually, nope. Did you have it slaved to your comlink, or were you going to change that when it got to that range? Because you can have reset at any time.
I was just assuming it was running off of Coyote's comlink directly.
If you want to, you can slave it so it just sort of works like its own thing. And Truthsayer has the range to actually get to you. His comlink will actually, so it won't be slaved to your thing. It won't be as secure normally, but I mean, you're not going to run into hackers in the Mojave, right?
Right, we're in the middle of nowhere, so Coyote, yeah, he'd open it up. It sounds right.
So you'd be able to control it. And anyone that wants to try to can attempt to hack it.
Hell yeah!
Well, I didn't want to control the drone.
No, I would never do that.
Truthsayer just told Vice to hail the thing down.
Coyote's still controlling it. It's just it's using your comlink to call. It's the sort of
okay, it's bouncing off. That's fine.
Yeah, it's the mesh network system.
All right. Yeah, like how the military will just like scatter around a bunch of RFID tags to make like a temporary ad hoc wireless network.
And because Twitch has a satellite uplink, you can all route through her to access the actual matrix.
Yep.
Back to in character. Vice, hail that thing down. Wave it down.
Vice will wave at the optic X drone, going, "Get down here."
Coyote will see it waving.
Coyote will bring it down.
Vice, do you know if he can actually hear us with that damn thing?
I don't think he can. I was just about to check what kind of crap it has on it.
Fuck if I know.
Try saying something to it.
Something to it.
Coyote sees your mouth move. Very well, because that's all it has on it. It's all camera. That's everything's been gutted. So,
Is there sensor software that can handle lip reading?
Yeah, there is. I know there is.
You should get something like that.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what it costs or what book it's in or anything like that. But Coyote would definitely
It
want
would be an
that.
arsenal.
All right.
And I think it's probably like facial recognition software or something.
Well, it didn't look like it responded. Try something else, Vice. Maybe it's hearing, auditory, whatever the damn wheelman calls it, if they could.
I think you can actually talk direct. I mean, what's the signal strength on your?
Look, we're
phone?
having an in-character conversation here, goddammit.
I'm just curious because Coyote's comlink can reach you guys, so he can probably send you a signal. Say, could you just fucking say something to me over this?
Yeah, you can go ahead and call them if you want to.
No. We're having an in-character fucking conversation.
I'm saying that to
Yeah.
I'm saying that to Coyote because, player thought about it,
Yep.
Coyote thought about it.
Yep.
You see them trying to get it as your attention.
Yeah, I mean, he's got signal strength 6 on his, I think, so it can easily get to them.
Vice. Don't look at me like that.
You sure you're okay?
Just fucking get his damn attention!
Okay, God. Vice is gonna pull out his comlink. He's going to point at his comlink at the thing, and then he's gonna realize he could just call. He just call Coyote.
Yeah, I was having fun watching you mime. What's up?
I think Trusair might need some help getting out of here or something. I don't remember. There was a whole thing about whatever.
Well, I'm not sure whether my character can hear you or not. I don't know whether you have like one of those sub-vocal microphones. So I can't respond to that.
I'm fairly sure you'd actually normally have one on you.
Yeah.
You'd be using a normal microphone. And that'd probably be reflex anyways. You're not in any danger, so you probably wouldn't be using sub-vocal. So, yeah, I'll just go ahead and say you're not using it.
And Trusair will look up. No, I don't need any help getting out of here. It's just... The damn thing obviously stopped screaming. Obviously. Yeah, Trusair isn't actually on the comlink call. He's yelling advice. Like he's the fucking conduit. Like it's like a telephone call. I made the damn thing stop streaming. Some of these... I'm not gonna explain it for the fucking Mondays. It's gonna take longer than I thought it would. Is Hayes out of his... Is he back in his fucking body?
Is he?
No.
I mean, you haven't asked Coyote yet. I don't know if he can hear that. But just curiously, out of curiosity, is he back?
Nope. And I'll go ahead and say Vice had the intelligence to turn on his external mic on the thing, so you can hear him shouting.
Coyote will say, nope, he's still out like a light.
Alright, I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes, get my breath back. I have, I don't think I'm gonna be able to release this thing. It'd take me a few days. It might be something pertaining to this case. Vice, take a picture, send it to Coyote, and if he doesn't get up, we have a bigger fucking problem because we're not getting paid.
Vice will take a picture and send it to Coyote.
Coyote will now have a picture in addition to his recording of it through the optic act.
Oh, in that case, Vice took a selfie in front of it.
Duck face.
How does Vice look in his selfie?
Bad.
Bad.
Alright.
Duck face and fucking Japanese schoolgirl peace sign.
Trustaire's fucking hunched on the desert floor, like, what? No one understands.
Coyote certainly doesn't. He's just been watching the whole thing, just like, what the fuck?
So after you send that picture, and as Trustaire's getting his breath back, Hayes will actually pop back up. Both Coyote and Twitch will see this. And he'll look around the car and just sort of stare at you two.
The other two went to investigate a disturbance.
There was some kind of crazy loud screaming. You talk to your whatever?
Yeah. He'll pull out his comm link and he'll give Trusthair a call.
Hey, very pained. Good. I'm glad you made it back. I was a little worried.
So, what happened?
There's a spirit out here. Maybe about an hour after you left, began this sort of like ear-emitting wail of terror. Echoed both. The damn spirit had to manifest or was manifesting. All the damn Mondays could hear it. I could hear it on the astral plane. I came to check. I don't know whether it's a free spirit or not. This thing is bound up in manipulation magic, stronger than I'd have to overcast. And I've been trying to dispel it. At least to get to shut up. I didn't know whether it was important or material at all. I had Coyote's damn optic, whatever the fuck it is, has been taking pictures of it since it's materialized. I don't know whether you would recognize it on sight if it was something you were looking for. I can't get all the things counterspelled.
He'll say, I'll be there in a moment.
All
And a moment later, he's there.
Okay.
Not that anyone actually sees him. But
Right.
Tony
I know
Twitch
he-
will see him fall back over.
Fucking, I know he can manifest. Well, even after he actually projects. So Trusthair, is still kneeled on the ground with fucking gesture at the rock and at the spirit that's now whimpering instead of crying out in pain.
I forget what the exact rules and things are, but he can pop his face back into the physical world to say things. I know that much.
Yep.
So Vice and Trusthair will both see sort of his ghostly form pull back on the other side, says,
Let's see.
go ahead and roll this for him.
Manifesting characters appear on the physical plane as ghostly, hazy images and may freely communicate with physical characters. But they do not create a physical form, so they cannot physically interact with anything, nor can be harmed by physical attacks. And because they're psychic effects, they cannot be detected, recorded, or affected by technological devices.
Right. So only Vice and Trusthair will see this, and you'll be able to hear and see him, but he won't be able to really hear or see you physically. He'll still be on the astral for all intents and purposes. You'll hear and see him say, well, yeah, I guess you'll hear and see him say, yeah, manipulation magic on it. Screaming. Well, it looked like it's pretty, fucked up. Do you know any banishing?
Crusader will shake his head. And, since in order to properly communicate, since all he would hear are, like, emotions or thoughts, I don't know. I might have to actually project, too. Or maybe he could hear me
Oh,
just
you could-
fine. I don't know, one way or the other. Regardless, I could tell
You
him,
can actually project if you-
yeah. Regardless, I tell him, I don't know spirits. Don't do spirits. I've always seen that as too dangerous. I don't want that coming back to bite me. Kind of seen it as a little bit disrespectful to them. This situation, the best I can do is, other than try to counterspell whatever magics, which I'm not sure exactly what they are. I did get rid of one, I weakened another, even though I tangled up the third is fucking 4/7. But the best I could do, really, is put it out of its misery. I don't know why it's here, and I don't know whether it's a free one, whether another one of us bound it here, for whatever purpose. Oh. Best I could do is manifold it, or try to dispel the things. I didn't know whether it was material to what you were looking for.
It may be, it may not. Not precisely what I'm looking for, but I got some information. Enough that I know where to go next. Fuck. Well, I have no more idea what to do about this than you do. I know it's good not to piss off the spirits up here, but I don't know what'll piss them off. Leaving this thing like this, or putting it back into the metaplanes. I guess I'll leave it to you, but I'm not going to be able to counterspell any of the things out here any better than you will. I'll go ahead and drive and pick you up out here. You can do what you want, either which way. I'll go ahead and agree with it because I don't know any more than you do.
Alright, see you in an hour, Hayes.
And it won't take an hour to drive out here. And he'll immediately jump straight back and start driving.
Alright.
He'll explain a little bit to Vice and Coyote, or Twitching Coyote.
Sarah will look at Vice, shrug, and say, I don't fucking know. Like he expects Vice to know.
Shrug.
Do I know, like, how long would it take to try that one I tangled up? Would it take, like, hours? Would just, like, a few minutes be good enough to recollect my thoughts?
We'll go ahead and say until, it'll be until sunrise. Spirits deal with the sunrise sunset, so you won't be able to do anything with it until sunrise.
Okay.
That said, we will say that guy's gotta come sleep too, and doesn't like where he doesn't really like where guy's going up next. So
I mean, True Sarah would like to free it, but obviously we're going to be continuing to move. It's going to take that long, and True Sarah doesn't know whether he can. 4/7 is a little bit out of his league, especially with only 1 point of edge, especially with 4 on the damage track already.
oh, he'll shrug and say,
Yeah.
"It's beyond you. It's certainly beyond me. It's your call. I'd wait. I'd be willing to wait if you want to. I'm not in a rush.
Hey, what time of day is it right now, Sean?
It's currently nighttime.
Right. And I'm sure Sarah's probably like, well, I'm gonna have to rest sometime during the night anyway. I can give a crack at this at sunrise. Another one to just try to break another one of the spells. See whether that has a better impact, whether it can shake itself free of the last one by its own.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another sensing test first.
Okay, I will do that. Will this be after, like, well, it doesn't matter, because I have the physical damage check. Fuck it. I'll still have the -1. I'll go ahead and give you my sensing test. Whee! Yes! Yes! Even. Woohoo! 1 hit. Spring break.
Yeah, that's not going to tell you anything more than what you already knew.
Absolutely not. Go
So
ahead.
it's your choice what you do now. Go ahead and heal it. It's done.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and damage -1. Go ahead and well, it's nothing new. I don't know exactly what the spell does. I'll go ahead and see if I can counterspell this thing. We'll go ahead and try until I tangle it until I kill myself, one of the two. So, counterspelling using those dice on that 4/6 spell that I've already weakened down.
I believe you've weakened it by 2.
Weakened it 2-2.
Yeah, I weakened it to 2. I subtracted 4 hits from it.
Yep, you got a pretty good chance of getting this, I think.
You say that. Alright, it's 4 hits. It rolls 10 dice, though. Alright, that'll shave it down to a 1. I'm looking at E physical. Woohoo! Spring break. And I'll give it another try. Alright! And woohoo! Alright! Yay!
So you take no more further damaging. And it's now that you're rested, maybe it's just it was nighttime, and maybe you just don't do well at night. Maybe it was just tired.
I stopped the immediate bleeding.
Yeah. You'll pull apart its that spell, and it'll start to crawl away.
Okay, good. Obviously, it was being immobilized by
Before-
something.
Right. Before you'll notice that it didn't seem to, like, when it moved, it would hit something and stop. And now it doesn't seem to be doing that anymore.
Like a specialized barrier or some kind? I'm not familiar with
Yep.
this. Okay. Crusader sort of cranes his head. If it slowly crawls away, I assume that eventually means it would escape the range of whatever's the other spell on the rock, right?
Yep. It probably would. You're not exactly sure if that's line of sight or what.
Okay. Do I know how old is it actually, like, damaged, or was it just in pain?
I believe it does actually do damage to it, but it's the amount of damage was intentionally reduced, so
Okay.
I'm not actually gonna call an amount of damage unless it's something where, like, have to. I don't think there's gonna be anything like that crop up. If you want to just sort of smack it, you can do that.
I didn't want to
That's
try
not
to.
gonna be
I didn't
anything.
want to try to smack it or hurt it. I wanted to see whether it'd be possible to try to heal it. I didn't know how long it. Well, I suppose not very long. If the screaming had just started by chance.
You can go ahead and try to heal it.
Okay. My character will attempt to do so then. For better or worse.
You'll also be fairly sure at this point, because you do have at least this much knowledge, that it's free because it lasted through sunrise.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, with that in mind then, given it's a free spirit, and, maybe this will come back sometime during the future, maybe it'll just help Trusair sleep a bit easier. Trusair will attempt to use the heal spell then to try to restore its damage track a bit. At Force 5, that caps out at 5 hits for that. Which means I would need to know its current damage value, because it factors into my drain value. How badly is it damaged right now?
We'll go ahead and call it Physical we'll go ahead and call it 10 damage.
Okay. 10 minus 2, I'm looking at resisting 8. Means I take 4 stun, and it heals 5 of its physical track there.
So you'll definitely have healed it a lot. You'll see that most of the pain and the sort of the pained whimpering is gone. I mean, it still looks like it's crippled, but it's now looking sort of like a sad, crippled dog that's, badly hurt rather than badly tortured nearly to death.
Okay. That done.
So
I guess it would also be valuable to attempt to, I guess Truesayer is gonna write, "Can you understand me? Can you actually communicate with me? Do you know what I'm saying?" Just like talk out loud after. He's like confused and sort of staggered a bit from the heal spell.
when you're getting into its face like that and sort of, can you do that? It doesn't seem to realize you're even there. It's just sort of rolling away from that rock.
Well, whatever.
And Hayes will say, that thing really should be able to understand us no matter what. A spirit like that, at least of that sort of level, should be able to get the basics. Just damn thing's been tortured.
I think so. I don't know what I couldn't identify any of the things that have been done to it, other than just keeping it imprisoned there and in pain. And I still don't know what the last spell is. I can't even touch that one. Well, let's just go ahead and go. I'll need time to sit down in the damn vehicle anyway.
Well, someone help me up with this thing, and the guys will actually get it into the car next to Coyote. So, because Coyote's the only one that's not sitting next to anyone. So, Coyote will be taking this trip with sort of this half-dead spirit ghost dog next to him.
Wonderful. Quick question: how long did this all take?
We rested during the entire night.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Coyote wants to try to get his.
Jury rig the chariot?
That's it. Just get it so it can at least shoot again. It can't get health back. He doesn't have a workshop with him, but he might be able to get it to roll and shoot.
I'm trying to remember what the rules of jury rig are, because in terms of time, you've had roughly a couple of days to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, see, he has a toolkit too, so he might be able to just do repairs just by repairing, which is for really badly damaged. I think a threshold of 12. Or he could just jury rig it, because he has a toolkit. He does not have a workshop. That's in his SUV.
Let's see here. Jury rigging on page 98 of the Runner's Companion. This quality allows amazing, if temporary, technical feats with bare minimum gear.
Yeah, you can get something back up and running for
one more time.
Whatever Sean thinks is appropriate.
Duration at the Game Master's discretion. But I mean, since you had a few days, and we've obviously stopped at night in time to stretch your legs, it's possible that you might have been able to actually do, unless you need like a bigger, like outright facility.
Yeah, that's
go
up to...
Go ahead and roll me what you would roll to fix it. You'll be taking... That's not the page I asked for. You'll be taking... I was on the wrong book. You'll be taking at least a -2, maybe more. Let me double check that repair is 138.
That's not the page I asked for.
We'll go with a you'll be taking a minus we'll go with a 6 for this.
-6 to the dice pool.
minus 6 to the dice pool for repairing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he rolls 1 die.
You have your logic, of course, and then what, like industrial mechanic or what?
All your
Probably
mechanics
for that
are the same.
automotive.
Oh, okay. Automotive.
Yeah, I have the mechanic group anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's yeah, he has 2 in the skill and 5 in logic. So
And if you wanted to use a point of edge, you could add your edge dice to that with the rule of 6 to make outright repairs. Just so in
The
case
way
you
I'll
know.
go ahead with this is you'll be able to repair damage with it. Just straight up repair damage, but you'll still have to pay for the repairs later if you want to get it above that. So
oh, okay.
So each net hit will repair a point of damage.
But will I have to pay for? I was assuming I would have to pay for it eventually anyway. But are you saying if I repair it
Yeah.
here, I don't have to pay for it?
No, you'll have to pay for it eventually anyway.
But like if we
Okay,
get
that
into
makes
another combat situation, you know, you basically made the chariot serviceable enough that it can do something.
Right.
Basically, unless you use the materials to make it permanent, it'll just kind of break again in a couple days anyway.
The GMC chariot could not spend edge.
Yeah. I still had it targeted. Yeah. No. That makes sense. That's the way I thought of it too. I was just confirming that I would still have to pay the
No, I was
$1,500
asking
bucks
for
at some
my
point.
clarification.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did not
All
catch
right.
your question, Aaron.
Basically, the
Tried to
repairs
roll
will
you
work for
again.
now, but it'll just fall apart again in a couple days unless he pays for more permanent repairs.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So 4 dice and rule of 6
Roll
applies.
6. Yeah.
On big money, no whammies. Good, no whammy.
I think that's big money.
Holy shit! He rolled 4 6s and 4 dice.
That's hilarious.
Go ahead and with that, just heal the whole thing, and you don't have to pay for it.
Fantastic.
He's just like, well, look at this. All they did was loosen one of the sprockets.
Motherfucker! That this thing was, you know, compromised at an internal, at a structural level. Boop.
Yeah, that thing was opened up like a can, and now it's not.
He just fucking hammers it shut. Good as new.
That's fucking awesome. That was great, Crimson. That's one of the better uses of edge we've seen.
That was hilarious. I saw the 8 hits. I'm like, what did I input wrong?
Absolutely nothing. It was just 6s.
Yep. Oh man. Meanwhile, some people
Yeah,
are having difficulty getting a hit to save their lives.
So you guys will wake up to do the thing, and then from out the back, when you guys are busy loading the dog, or Hayes is busy loading the dog into the car, you'll hear Coyote say, "Ah, I fixed it." Pop his head up. Did I miss something?
Yeah, see how this
So-
widget connects to the sprocket? It just came loose. No biggie.
So you guys will start driving north, and you'll see after a little while the spirit just sort of disappear on you. Anyone that's paying relative attention, and I'm assuming that's everything because you have a ghost dog in the car, so everyone but
yes.
Hayes is like, that's not a normal day-to-day thing. Even after the awakening, that's not a normal day-to-day thing. So you'll
Maybe
see
not
that
for
it
you.
looks. You'll see that it looks a lot less in pain as it starts to disappear.
Switch to astral perception. Is it just like fading out, or is it just like
It's I forget what exactly it's called. But
discorporating
it
or whatever?
went back to the metaplanes. It
Okay.
went back to the metaplanes.
All right. Just wanted to make sure. Switch out of astral perception. Undies, don't panic. It went back to the meta planes, which actually, nah, it's not worth explaining. It's gone.
Vice will probably be the first one to realize where you guys are going. Because he'll probably have seen some pictures or something, and it's a crater. Looks fairly empty.
Why are we going to the crater?
It's where it's supposed to be. And everyone go ahead and make a perception test.
How much time has passed? Like a few hours?
Oh, more than a few hours.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and make my stun damage for no reason anyway. Hooray! Yeah, I only have a -1 because my body is falling apart. 20% success rate. Overachiever. I can't complain that much. I could have taken a lot more damage.
How the heck do you get 16 dice on that anyway? I look at that, it just boggles me.
Well, I've got a lot of intuition. I have my 5 intuition, plus a 4 skill rating, plus a visual specialization,
Gotcha.
plus my perceptive +2 positive quality, plus image enhancement.
All right, that makes sense. It was the points in the skill that I wasn't thinking of, so now it makes sense.
Yeah, I have perception as a skill with a visual specialization. And
I didn't see one from Twitch.
nope, Aaron did not make one.
Are you there, Aaron?
Did that not go through?
I don't see one.
Nope, I don't see one either.
Did it go through that time?
Yeah, I went through that
Yeah.
time. You probably
What
wish
was
the
your
first
first
one
one?
with. Yeah, what was your first one?
My first one was 2 hits.
Ah,
Do it some perception. Okay. Well, the which way, Truthsayer will be the one paying attention.
God damn it. Why does this keep happening to me?
And you'll see out back, a spirit. And then you'll all see Truthsayer's face and sort of look around, and then all front of you, well, that was bad. All 4 of you will see out the front, or as you drive past it, another spirit materializing. And soon enough, you'll see another, and another, and another. And they're sort of staying near the car and just sort of materializing in and around the car, or not in the car, but around the car, just outside of it.
So when you said crater, is this crater like a spirit enclave or what?
Something like that, I think.
Oh boy.
Do you switch to the astral at all? And
d-
sort of poke your head around?
no. Nope.
Come on, switch to the astral and poke your head around. It's not dangerous. I'll give you that.
I'm not sure whether this is the GM tugging. You know what? Fine. Since the GM told me to do it. All right. Tentative.
Yeah, there's over 100 spirits.
Yep. Back into the meat body.
Just nope.
Yep. Truthsayer like pokes his head out. His meat body. Surveys the Gaiosphere and all these spirits stacked. Like,
Yeah, you'll sort of you'll go into the astral, and it's black in here, and there's no light. You're in a black box. There's no light coming in from the ground, and then you'll poke your head up, and oh shit, there's a fucking 100 spirits down.
yep. Truthsayer will just the body will just jerk quickly back up, and he'll just stay pressed in the back of the chair, all rigid and shit. Like, remove the goggles and the mask part, the mouth bit from the desert mask, and go, Twitch, you remember when I complimented your marksmanship a few days back?
Yes?
You might not want to tell the scores of spirits in this region about that.
At about that moment, you'll see, fair enough, a fair distance away from you, far enough that it's not dangerous, the ground just sort of erupt. And a massive spirit come out of the ground.
When you say massive, how big are we talking here?
It's troll size, maybe a little bigger.
Oh, okay.
Not like a
Not building size, okay.
not building size, but definitely, well, it would definitely be bigger than most trolls.
So it's a troll's troll. Got it.
Yes. Initially appears as a tower of swirling air, but after a moment, it'll sort of coalesce into a large human-like form, transparent with fiery red eyes, and it'll stand there in front of the car, apparently waiting from you as more spirits sort of gather around. And Hayes will drive towards it, just slowing down in front of it.
Through clenched teeth, Truesair is going to say, Twitch, Coyote, perhaps even Vice, going to assume you don't know a whole lot about spirits. But I'm going to tell you right now as a reminder, we are on their playground, and maybe try to be more cautious than usual. These things could end us faster than a megacorp.
Yeah, looking around, you'll see lines, earth spirits, and the spirits around you will be all different shapes and sizes and forms. Spirits that are just fiery bodies, spirits that look like forms of earth, things that it's hard to even see them at first. They're just sort of wisps of air. For the most part, it seems earth beasts and fire spirits are what's common, from guessing just from their forms. A handful of earth spirits will dig furrows around the tires. Just sort of, it's keeping it in line. It can't turn off without hitting a ditch now.